Hello everyone. So in this video, I will be going through how we can make the sand part of our oasis scene. So first, I'm going to delete these elements here because we're not using them now. So press delete on the keyboard. Then I will be adding a plane. So Shift A and mesh to add a plane. The next thing we want to do is that we want to scale this 4 times. So first, I'm going to go on edit mode. And then by pressing tab on the keyboard. Then to scale this, I will be pressing S and then 4 to scale this 4 times. Then I want to extrude this a little bit, so I'm going to press E on the keyboard, and with my mouse, I'm going to be raising this face a little bit. The next thing we want to do here is to work on the top face here. So what we can do here first is that we can go into X-ray here, draw a box around the vertices we're not going to be working on, and press H to hide them. This is an optional step, by the way, but it makes it easier to be able to focus on what we're working. Since we are only working on the top face here, we don't need to see the other faces or parts of this rectangle. Next, what we want to do is that we want to select everything by pressing A, and we want to divide this plane into smaller partitions. So we right click on subdivide, and increase the number of cuts all the way up to 10. Then we repeat this because we want smaller subdivisions, and this time we go all the way up till 5 or 6. I think 6 is about the right number. What we want to do now is that first we want to be turning on proportional editing by pressing O on the keyboard. We can also turn it on from this menu here. Then we want to start working on making the dunes here. So we want to pick a vertex, and then we want to press G to raise it a little bit and adjust the fall off by using the scroll wheel. So making it bigger or smaller. And basically we want to be raising it along the Z axis, and that's why we're going to be pressing the Z. So G, Z to constrain it on the Z axis. And we want to have several of them. So we do this until we are satisfied with the number of dunes. Basically, we want our dunes to kind of cover all this surface here. So J, Z, and we can adjust the size of the area by using the scroll wheel. What we want to be doing now is that we want to press the tab key on the keyboard to get out of edit mode, and now we are going to apply texture here. We're going to do that by going to the modifier tab by pressing on this wrench icon here, then add modifier, and we want to add the displace modifier, and then we want to be pressing on this new key here, then this icon here to show texture, and then we want to go to type and choose the wood type here. Once we do this, we're automatically shifted to the texture tab. We want to go to patterns here and select band noise first, and then we want to go back to the modifier tabs and reduce the strength to 0.1. Here, then we want to right click and shade smooth. And another thing we want to do with the texture here is that we want to play with the size and turbulence here. We can try different numbers. for example, 0.5 and 3. What we want to do next is that we want to be able to have some control over how this texture looks like. So in order to do that, I'm going to be adding an empty, so Shift A, an empty and plain axis. Then I want to press G and then Y and shift this axis to the left here. Then I want to click back on the dunes here. And now we want to be going to the modifiers tab where we have this range here. And we want to change this coordinates from local to object. And for the object, we want to be selecting this empty here. So I'm gonna select empty. Now, when I do rotation, we see that the coordinates of this object, of this empty, is applied to our sand dunes here. For example, if I want to scale the dunes, I could do this by using this empty here. So now we want to go into edit mode and press Alt H to unhide the part that we had hidden a few steps ago. And now hit tab again to get back to object mode. And what I want to do here is to make these sides look better. So I'm going to edit mode again. I will select everything and scale this plane a bit on the X and Y axis. Then what I will be doing is that I will Shift A and add another plane, X-ray to see what's going on here, and then tab into edit mode, and then S to scale this 4 times, and press enter to confirm, then E to extrude, and click to confirm, and back to object to, I will turn off X-ray and back to object mode. I will bring this cube lower a bit, and then what we will be doing is that we want to enable the bool tool. That's what we're going to be using, a bool tool modifier. So by default, it's not enabled. In order, it's an add-on, and in order to enable it, you need to go to Edit, Preferences, and then Add-ons, search for bool here, start typing bool, and it will appear, and you need to make sure that it's checked. Once you make sure that the add-on is enabled, you want to select this cube, shift select the sound, and then Control X. Now we see that the side look much better. Now what we want to do is that at this point we can start applying our modifiers. So we do that by going to the range icon, the modifier tab, and using this drop down menu, we want to apply, and we want to select apply again for both of these modifiers. Then we don't need this empty tool anymore, so we can delete it. The same applies to the frame here. And at this point, what remains to be done is to work a little bit on this side. You see there is some kind of glowiness or some white here. What we want to do is that to make this look better, we want to select the sand and go here to Object Data Properties. Then we want to go to Normals and check auto smooth here. You see the difference, and raise this up until we are satisfied with how this looks. Maybe 90. I mean, it looks small enough for our scene. So yeah, that's all the steps required to work on the sound scene. In the next lesson, I'm going to go over how we can make a palm tree. And also, I would like to remind you that for those of you who are interested, I will be linking the course that goes over all the steps, but in more details and with more explanation. So the link will be in the description. Hope this lesson was useful for you and that you learned something interesting in this lesson, and see you in the next one.